I don't know who needs to hear this, but public land is yours. I see far too often guys sitting on the sideline because they're not ready yet, or they're not good enough, or they're waiting on someone to invite them. It's time for us to put that to bed. So to start this all off, public land doesn't belong to the experts or to the social media gurus or to the person with the most money. Public land is just that. It's public. If you pay taxes and you pay for a tag, you own a small percent of every acre that you hunt on public land. Hence the name public land. I don't know if it's a YouTube fad, and if it is, then I'm sorry for contributing to it, or if it's social media in general is contributing to it, or what it is, but this mentality of I have to be at such and such level to be able to go out there and hunt public land, it's simply false. And it's not a narrative that I hear a lot, but when I do hear it, that I'm not ready for public land, I don't qualify for public land, it gets under my skin, because you are taking what is public and putting it into a category of ownership that you have to work towards, and that's just simply not the case. One of the big topics that I touch on here on my channel quite frequently is the mentality of needing X, Y, and Z gear to be able to be successful in any type of hunting, whether it's turkey, deer, so on and so forth. And I think a lot of times that limits people to how they feel that they're going to perform when it comes to public land hunting. They have this analysis paralysis, so to speak, and a lot of it has to do with the hunting industry nowadays, whether it's these tree saddle setups, or you have to have X, Y, and Z bow, or you need to have trail cam photos to be able to become successful, and all of these things. And the truth of it is you can get by with a little $400 bow setup from Bass Pro Shop, a ready to hunt package, and be just as successful with the guy who has $10,000 worth of gear on his back. And sometimes you can honestly be more successful that way. I know me personally, with all of my self-filming and things of that nature that I participate in on every hunt, a lot of times I'm more worried about my gear than I am the hunt, and it's made me miss a lot of opportunities on public land. So if you think that you can't go out there because you don't have this top of the line gear, you need to just throw that entire mentality out the window, because the reality is that is not what actually sets you apart as a deer hunter. Woodsmanship skills, plain and simple. And I'm here to tell you that public land is one of the greatest places to develop those woodsmanship skills. And that brings me to my next topic of the mistakes that you're going to make on public land, and the fact that they're okay to make. You're going to go out there, and on your first few hunts on public land, you're probably going to blow out every deer in the county. Good. That is how you learn, and that is probably one of the greatest things about public land. And I'll probably get backlash from these public land diehards of, well, don't go in and ruin my hunt, and we'll get to that here in just a moment. But to be able to have a place, usually when we're talking about public land, we're talking about big parcels, big chunks of property, and you've got all this room that you can go out and you can explore, and you can make the mistakes that you need to, not should, not maybe it'll benefit you. You have to make these mistakes to be able to develop an actual woodsmanship skill set. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no YouTube video that's going to teach you woodsmanship skills. There's no tips and tricks blog that's going to teach you woodsmanship skills. You have to go out there and make mistakes. So what better place than a piece of public land where if you bump a half an acre's worth of deer out, you can hike another half a mile and be right back in them. So maybe you go out there and you set up on the wrong wind, or you get confused by sign and end up chasing your tail around in circles for a week or two. Good. Take those lessons in. Let it develop you into the hunter that not only you want to be, but you need to be to truly be successful out here, whether it's public or private land. So the saying that comparison is the thief of joy couldn't be any more true when it comes to hunting. You've got to stop comparing yourself to these guys that you see on YouTube or that you see on Instagram or the Outdoor Channel or wherever it is that you take in any sort of hunting entertainment. You've got to stop comparing yourself to them. What you are watching, and I try my best to not be like this. I try to show you the raw and the real, but at the end of the day, it would become boring. So what you're watching with them, and most of the times with me also, is the highlight reel. You're not seeing the walks in the rain. You're not seeing the missed opportunities. You're not seeing the blown shots. You're not seeing these deer get bumped out. You're only seeing what they want you to see for entertainment value and purposes. Or in a case like this, where they sit down and they can compose what they want to say to you and say, you need to do this to become successful. And the reality of that is they are giving you examples from things that they have learned, that they have messed up on without a camera being pointed on them. So stop comparing your hunts to what you see on example A, B, or C's Instagram reel or YouTube channel, because if you just pause and take a moment and understand that a 15-minute video or a 2-minute clip doesn't explain everything that happened in not only that day, but the years and years leading up into that hunt, you'll realize that, hey, I've got to go through the exact same processes that they did. One of the biggest tips that I can give you: the woods do not care who you are. They don't care what brands are on your body. They don't care what bow is in your hands. They don't care if you have 1 million subscribers. They don't care about any of that. The woods do not care. All that matters is that you show up. You do what you love. Be enthusiastic about it. Practice conservation. Learn woodsmanship skills. Those are the only things that the woods care about. And as long as you are capitalizing on those things that I just mentioned, the woods will return the reward and the favor and the love right back to you. But the second that you start making it about brands and subscribers and views from other people, the woods are going to punish you for it. There's no way around it. The second that you stop caring about the things that are truly important, and I would even venture out to say that the harvest isn't what's important. The killing of the animal is not what is important. Everything that I just talked about, those are the important things. And the reward that Mother Nature gives you when it's all said and done is hopefully that harvest. So stop thinking that you have to meet this criteria of marketing, because at the end of the day, that's all it is. It's marketing from the hunting industry to go out there and enjoy public land. So if you're waiting until you're ready, or you have the right gear, or you look like the hunting public or seek one, or for whatever reason, if you're comparing yourself to me, you're never gonna go. Just grab your boots, tie them up, head out there, learn, make the mistakes, gain the woodsmanship skills, and enjoy public land, because at the end of the day, public land belongs to you. Drop a comment down below and let me know what state's public land you're hunting in, and let's all connect and get after it together. Hope you enjoyed this video. Leave me a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, see you on the hill.